Alright, hey everybody! We gave out plants this last week, so we are going to be doing a plant tutorial today about what each of these plants are, what you can use them for, and what kind of conditions they like. So the first one I'm going to talk about is probably basil, because it's going to be the easiest to grow. So most of you are probably familiar with basil. We've given it out a lot in the past. So the first thing you're going to want to do with all of these plants is put them in a larger pot, because they really don't like being in these small plastic containers. So I'm just going to make a little hole for it and find him a new home. And there he goes. He's happy. He's got plenty of room to expand. This time of year, basil is probably, well, not probably, you need to be keeping basil indoors this time of year, because it's going to start getting cold, and basil really does not like cold weather. So if you have a nice sunny spot in your kitchen, then that would be a perfect place to keep it. And it smells delicious, so it's just kind of nice to have around. And you want to keep the soil moist most of the time, so probably watering it like once a day. And when you water, I would do it in the morning or at night when it's not super bright, so your plant doesn't get shocked. And yeah, it's delicious to cook with, so make a pesto or throw it in a marinara sauce or a pasta sauce or whatever you're into. The next one we're going to be talking about is this giant mustard. So if you ask for mustard, you probably got a plant that is much smaller than this. The ones that I gave out were about a week younger than these. So yeah, I've got 3 different mustard plants in this one cell. So I'm just going to take them and separate them a little bit, and also give them a larger pot to expand it. Right. And mustard is not like basil in that it really likes cold weather, so you can keep it outside up until probably November, when it starts to get really when it starts to hard freeze. And yeah, give it plenty of sun and keep it outside or on your balcony or wherever, because it will enjoy the weather that's coming up. Carrots get a big boy pot, so we got this giant pot here, because the carrots aren't going to spread out a lot, but they need a really deep pot, so you want to give them plenty of room to expand down so that you can get that giant, I mean, you know how big a carrot is, so you need plenty of room in the soil for the carrot to be able to grow its roots out, so that you can have a nice big carrot to eat. So I'm actually going to be potting. I couldn't find a pot that was tall and also not this wide, so I'm going to be potting 3 carrots in the same pot, because I'm just efficient that way. As you can see with the carrot, you want to give it lots of room at the bottom, because it's got a really deep taproot, so it's going to really dig down into the soil and then turn that into a lovely giant carrot that you can eat and, use in a broth or a salad or however you want to. And the fun thing about carrots is you can see the tops here, they look a little bit like parsley because it's in the same family as parsley. And the tops are also edible, so if you don't want to make a pesto with basil, I've heard that people make them with carrot tops too. So that could be a fun thing to try out. I've got one more carrot right here I'm going to repot. So yeah, the important thing with the carrot is to give it plenty of room to expand down, because it's going to really reach down into the soil. And just like the mustard, it also really enjoys the cold temperatures. So it will do fine outside. So if you have a place outside where you can just plant these in the ground, then they'll do pretty well, as long as you can stop anything from eating them. Cool, so that's our carrots. We've done our basil, and we finished our mustard. So now all we have left is the purslane. So purslane's a little bit weird, and most people have never heard of it. So the fun thing about purslane is it's got these really delicious, plump leaves. They're almost like succulent leaves. It also, like the basil, is going to be an indoor plant at this time of year, so it's not going to enjoy the cold temperatures. So if you have a spot in your kitchen or anywhere around a window that stays a little bit warm and gets some sun, then the purslane's going to really like it. Yeah. So you can see, you can kind of tell that it doesn't like being in a container this small because it's so limp and like floppy. And hopefully by putting it in a larger pot, it'll sort of get a more robust stem and actually be able to hold itself up. But yeah, purslane is a salad green, so once it gets nice and kind of bushy, you can just pick the leaves off and throw them in a salad. So yeah, we've got our 2 summer plants that need to stay inside this time of year, so keep those inside. And then we've got our 2 winter plants, so our carrots and our mustard greens. Both the carrots and the mustard greens like some moist soil. Yeah, all of these like being moist, so I would probably like once a day water all of these. Keep these ones outside and get them plenty of sun. Keep these ones inside and get them some sun. Alright, so that's everything for today, guys. But if you follow along with me, then I'm gonna try and take care of all of these plants, hopefully. And I will post some updates about how they're doing each month, maybe? And yeah, if you guys let me know how your plants are doing, I would love to hear about it. So let us know in the comments if your plants are doing well, or if you want to hear different plant tips, or if you have any ideas about plants that you want us to give away, or any other thoughts you have. So yeah, that's it for today. Bye guys.